This video is brought to you by Smart DNS Proxy, link in the description. G'day, welcome back. I'd especially like to welcome my new subscribers and I hope you enjoy the content of my channel. If you missed my last video, the 3D printed feet for my daughter's bit of pegboard, there's a link up there now. You can go and watch that first, then come back and watch this one. My apologies for that one. That was a bit of a stocking stuffer, that one, just to keep the algorithm happy while I was thinking of what can I do next. And speaking of what can I do next, I think I'm going to have a crack at fixing the covers on the tool and cutter grinder, and then sharpen some of my blunt end mills and things. So that's what I'm up to this week. Alrighty, so those of you who are new to this channel, this is my tool and cutter grinder. It's my design, I built it myself. These covers here, they are only PVC sheets that were, heated, folded, glued together with super glue, all that sort of garbage. And this thing is really quite heavy. I mean, it takes some pushing around that bench. It's got a 20mm thick base on it, and it's pretty heavy. And I very stupidly grabbed hold of this cover, went to move it, and just snapped it right off across the little bracket here. This it screws onto this cast aluminium. That's another part. All the castings and all the aluminium parts in this I cast myself. They're all my own doing. They also broke it over on this side here, so both sides of that need to be repaired. I did draw up this entire housing in FreeCAD, and it was going to take over 24 hours to print one of those, and I just went, no, not doing that. This one wasn't much better, so I'll leave that one alone. But this one here, what I'm going to do is I'll just print up a little L-shaped bracket. Geez, those birds are noisy. Little L-shaped bracket that I can bolt to here, and then I'll put it up in behind this section here and just put a couple of pop rivets through there with a washer just to attach it. And this one I'll do pretty much the same. Just a flat panel with a little kick in it so that it doesn't shift the position of that cover. This cover does have a fan on it to cool the motor. This is the second motor. I blew the first one up. I went a more powerful motor the second time round. But anyway, so I'll get all that off there and figure out what I need to print up. I do have I ordered some red a couple of days ago. It's due in here this afternoon sometime. Red Pet G. So I'll print some stuff up out of red Pet G and just make them out of that. Don't have to paint or anything then. Once I've got all that fixed, then we'll start pulling out things like, this is the 12mm cutter I've been using quite a bit just recent times. I mean, it's chipped on this corner, getting a fair bit of wear on that edge and that edge, all three of them really. Corners are getting a bit rounded off. But we'll set that one and a few other things up in there and give them a tickle up. See how we go. Alrighty, so after 3 goes at printing one of these, putting a thing like this up, actually 4 goes at it. I finally got it right, and it's just, can you see that? There, it's just pop riveted. Bit hard, all these cords still attached. Pop riveted onto there. I was only going to put some super glue on the back of that, and I thought, well, if I were to break it again and I need to change it out, I'll never be able to get it off. Couple of screws in it. I still haven't quite got the other side right yet. It's not all that easy to try and line everything up and then draw something that will fit perfectly first time. Come on, get in there. I know it fits because I've had it in there. This one in first. Not exactly a good match, that red, but it's life. It'd look better than black or green or bloody yellow or some other damn colour. Alright, so that's good and solid, that one. Now the other end. to adjust this camera. This battery's getting low too. Alrighty, now this one's a little different. It needed a step up to fill up the back of there, but it might be okay actually. Yeah, actually, just put a couple of screws in that and have a look. What I did there was I got one of these duds that I printed up, just cut a piece off it and super glued a piece onto the back, because printing with a step like that in it requires supports and then you end up with bloody awful looking things. So I just went, no, not doing it. I'll just modify it afterwards. This is not as far forward as it should be. Alright, now it's actually not too bad there, like that. Just a bit of a gap there. So I might just drill a couple of mark a couple of holes in and drill 2 holes in it and pop rivet it on like the other one. Alright, although that doesn't look right. I think it needs to come forward more. I might have to cut a bit more out of the out of here to get it to fit up right. Although it might actually be easier to cut a bit out of the printed plastic. Maybe not. Needs to sit up there more like that. So that needs a bit more taken out of it. Actually, it might be easy just to slot these 2 holes a little bit so I can move it around, get it in the right spot. Alright, this battery's getting a bit light on. I'll get back to you when I get that sorted out. Alrighty, so this cover's all sorted out. Finally got that where I wanted it. For those of you who haven't seen this thing before, I'll turn it around. The cover's been off the back of it here forever and a day. I just took it off once and never put it back on. It's just belt driven. The spindle is a casting I made. It's got angular contact bearings in it. The motor is adjustable this way so I can tension the belt. Anyway, it's shopping day today, so I'll take Shia must be about shopping, and when I come back later today we'll do something about trying to grind up some of those end mills. Alrighty, so just quickly before I get on with this, in the back here, this is drilled with a series of holes. There are 4, 3 and well 2 because of the 4 just go around 180 degrees. Now I've already been over this. I've got this 1/2 inch cutter set up in here. I have this set at 5 degrees this way, and I do that by using my little digital level, and I just sit it on the top there. And even though this is going on there, it was at 5 degrees earlier on when I set it up. Even though this is aluminium, I've just got a little piece of steel plate screwed on the top there so that I can mount that on there. Now I have been over this once, all the way around, trying to clean things up, but I don't know whether you can see that there. I'll try and zoom it in. That chip is still very prominent, so I'm going to have to keep going at it until I get rid of all of that. So I'll bring you back later when I get a bit closer to fully cleaning this up. Alrighty, so last pass for this part of the grind. Tip this up and have a look. Bit hard to see it there. it looks pretty groovy. So we'll I'll set that up now for the 15-degree secondary grind. Alrighty, so I've done one already, so I can set some stops and things. So we'll go to the next one. Alright, have a quick look at that. It looks bloody awful, to be honest with you. I'd have to regrind the primary again. It ended up a bit too narrow. But anyway, this is not something I've done a lot of, so we'll get there. But anyway, that's it doesn't look much at all. You can look at it this way, it looks a bit better. But anyway, what I might do is set up to put the gash in it and then go back and regrind the primaries just to give it a wider face. Kind of forgot that if there's one shortcoming of that grinder design of mine is that you can't can't do a gash with it. Then I remembered I bought this grinding wheel to cut the gash last time I sharpened some end mills, but now I can't remember how I held the bloody thing. But this is basically cutting a secondary, and my god, is it sharp. There's a little undercut under the cutting edge as well, so we'll run one and I'll show you. Put that over there where it needs to be. Slow it down a bit. What are you doing? Not that one. That's doing one hell of a job of sharpening that up, I've got to tell you. That is like really bloody sharp. But I still need to cut a gash because I've still got the little point in the middle, and I need to get across to make one of these cutting edges. That is like so sharp. It's now got an undercut under the front edge here. So I remember how we did it. I just don't remember how we did it. Might have been that way like that. Let me bump the camera. Might have been held that way with this going through that way and just not cutting all the way in. I just can't remember, but it's iced coffee o'clock, and it's also bar day today. So I'll see if I can get that done later, otherwise I'll do it tomorrow. Alrighty, so luckily for me, the last time I did this, I recorded just how I set it up. It was two parallels to get a 10-degree thing underneath it and set it at 10 degrees and come in this way. Now, I've been right around that. Actually, I'll get it out of there for you. But it's still not right. I mean, there's still a little point in the centre. And what am I doing? And I've lost the centre cutting ability. Is that focused or not? Oh, focused. There's still a little point there in the centre. I think I might go back over and I might change the grinding wheel on the tool and cutter grinder, because the one that's in there is a bit too rounded on the corners. But I've got another one that's got a fairly sharp corner. Might just touch up these primary faces just a little bit and see if I can't improve it a bit. At this point in the video, I'd like to thank my patrons. Their continued support is greatly appreciated. If you'd like to become a patron, there's a link down in the description. You can sign up there and drop me a couple of dollars every month. If you don't want to be a regular contributor, there's always buy me a coffee. Now, let's get back to the build. Well, I have spent literally hours dicking around with this, and you've not seen half of what I've done to it. I stuffed it up a few times. I kept making silly bloody mistakes like not tightening up the collet chuck, and that's about all the time I'm going to spend on that. I lost my centre cutting. As hard as I tried, I just couldn't get that happening, but that looks pretty good. Really sharp. But if I need to sand a cut, I'll get a bloody drill out. That's what drills are for, isn't it? So I'm going to go and put that in the mill, and I'll get out a bit of aluminium and just give it a whirl and see how we go. I had a hell of a time getting it to that state there. So it must be about that much shorter than I started. Now I've spent that much time stuffing around with it. Anyway, over to the mill. If you enjoyed watching me do this week, how about doing me a favour and smashing that like button, giving it a great big thumbs up, because you know it kind of helps me out. Alrighty, so this is just one of my dud castings. I'll make a couple of passes over that, and I'll take that out and I'll stick this bit of steel in there and we'll have a crack at that. Well, I don't mind saying myself, that is a really nice finish on there. So I must have got it is so sharp, this thing. That's sharpened than the end mill over, brand new end mill over the board. I'll get that out of there and we'll get a lump of steel in there and try it out on that, because that'll be the proof in the pudding. I'm not going to take as deep a cut on this as I did on that bit of aluminium. Don't want to wear it out, just mucking around here. That'll be a waste. Take a modest 0.3. Well, I got to say, I reckon that's a better finish than I get from a factory ground cutter. That's beautiful. Alright, so I reckon that just about wraps up this video, I think. I hope you enjoyed watching me do that. I mean, I left a lot of it out, but you see the net result here. Don't forget, if you did enjoy it, give it that big thumbs up, because it kind of helps me out. Well, what am I going to do next? Oh, I know. Those two gears that I ordered, the steel gears I ordered when I did the left-hand threading conversion on the lathe, arrived yesterday. So I think I might get in and fit them up, because I have to modify both of them to make them fit. It's just a plain gear with a hole through the middle, and one of them I need to fit up a boss to it and blah blah blah. Alright, so that's it for this week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next week. Bye bye.